1. Private lending. Private lending is a strategy where investors use their personal money to lend funds to other investors in exchange for a return on investment. The private lender becomes the holder of the mortgage note and can earn interest and/or points as the borrower repays the loan. This strategy can be lucrative for both parties as it enables the borrower to acquire the funds for the property they desire, while the lender earns a healthy return on their investment. One example of this strategy in action is hard money loans. Hard money loans are short-term loans granted by private individuals or entities that are designed to help real estate investors or flippers finance their properties. These loans are typically easier to qualify for than traditional bank loans and can be more flexible in terms of repayment schedules. 2. Crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project by raising small contributions from a large number of people via the internet. Investors can pool their resources to fund projects or renovations and receive ROI in the form of equity, interest or profit sharing. For real estate, crowdfunding is used to pool money from many investors to purchase properties, complete renovations, or develop projects. The success of this strategy relies on the strength of the project proposed and the reliability of the crowdfunding platform. One notable example of this strategy in action is Fundrise. Fundrise is a real estate crowdfunding platform that allows individuals to invest in private real estate projects. Investors can choose from different investment options, including REITs, non-traded rights or diversified portfolios of real estate assets. 3. Lease option. The lease option strategy is a hybrid of a rental and purchase agreement, where a buyer leases a property for a specified period of time and then has an option to purchase the property at the end of that period. The buyer can use the rental payments towards their down payment or other fees associated with the purchase of the property. This strategy benefits both parties, as the seller has a steady rental income stream and the buyer has the opportunity to purchase the property at a later time. One real-life example of this strategy in action is Smart Move Investing. Smart Move Investing is a real estate investing company that offers lease-to-own options for individuals who may not have the credit or down payment to acquire a property through traditional means. 4. Seller financing. Seller financing is an option where the seller agrees to finance the sale of the property themselves, without requiring a bank as the intermediary. The seller receives monthly payments from the buyer, which includes interest and principal. This strategy benefits the buyer by allowing them to purchase a property without a traditional lender, and the seller receives payments over time, earning interest income. One example of this strategy is the Note Selling Blueprint. The Note Selling Blueprint is a course that teaches real estate investors how to build wealth through acquiring, creating, and selling notes for seller-financed deals. 5. REI Real Estate Investment Trusts. A REIT is a company that owns or finances income-producing real estate. REITs allow investors to invest in large-scale real estate projects with relatively small capital outlays, and they receive a portion of the income generated by those projects. One real-life example of this strategy in action is BlackRock. BlackRock is a global investment management firm that offers a variety of real estate investment vehicles, including REITs that provide exposure to a range of different property types, including commercial, industrial and residential. 6. Seller carryback mortgage. Seller carryback mortgage is a financing method where the seller agrees to finance the purchase of the property directly to the buyer. The buyer is allowed to make payments directly to the seller rather than through a third-party lender. It can be beneficial to both parties because it eliminates the need for the buyer to get a loan through a traditional lender, and the seller can receive a stream of payments over time. One example of this strategy in action is Sell Mortgage Notes. Sell Mortgage Notes is a company that purchases seller-financed mortgage notes and offers individual investors the opportunity to invest in these notes and receive a return. 7. FHA 203K loan. The FHA 203K loan is a government-backed loan program that can be used to purchase or refinance a property and also include repair costs. This loan program allows investors to finance up to 110% of the value of the home after repairs have been completed. It can be beneficial for investors to purchase homes in need of repair as they can make improvements to the property and increase its value. One example of this strategy in action is United Wholesale Mortgage's 203K program. United Wholesale Mortgage's 203K program offers a streamlined application process for investors with a credit score of 640 or higher. 8. Buy and hold. Buy and hold is a common investment strategy where investors purchase a property with the intent of holding it for a significant period of time, usually several years or more. This strategy requires patience and a long-term mindset but can be very beneficial to those who choose to pursue it. One example of a real-life success story for the buy-and-hold strategy is the story of BiggerPockets founder Josh Dorkin. Dorkin began his real estate investing career by purchasing a 2-unit building with a partner in 2002. Fast forward several years, Dorkin has acquired multiple rental properties and has become a successful voice in the real estate investing community. 9. House hacking. House hacking is the practice of purchasing a property and living in one section of the property while renting out the remaining space. This allows investors to generate income from a portion of the property while living rent-free. The success of this strategy relies on the investor's ability to find affordable properties that can be divided into multiple living spaces. One example of this strategy in action is the 6-figure real estate investor Anson Young. Young began his career by purchasing a duplex in Denver and living in one unit while renting out the other. From there, he's gone on to acquire more properties and become a successful investor. 10. Bridge loans. Bridge loans are short-term loans used to finance the purchase or placement of a new property until a long-term loan can be secured. This type of loan can be beneficial to investors who need quick access to funds to purchase a property or make improvements to an existing one. One example of this strategy in action is Sherman Bridge Lending. Sherman Bridge Lending offers short-term bridge loans to real estate investors and provides funding within 7 to 10 days.